say, I am confident that that was leaders are no problem. Okay, next.
Dr. Kalam, how do we institutionalize leadership and creativity in India? I'll give you two examples. We have 90% engineers in Microsoft, but not one Bill Gates in India. And we have 10% of all top business schools are Indian students, but we do not have 10% CEOs in the business world. So how do we get leadership out in India?
What you are saying, you are not updated now. Something like this. We are producing 230 million tons of food. Okay? We were producing 1960s 30 million tons. Second thing is we export software nearly 50 to 60 billion dollars. And then internally we use 20 to 30 billion dollars of software for e-governance, telemedicine, teleeducation. Third thing in pharma area, India's cost-effective drugs are coming in India and exporting everywhere. And the education system, the secondary education as well as the higher education do it very well. But primary education, that is our problem. The creativity of the children should be brought in the elementary school stage. That's why government is going to deploy the free education, compulsory education by next year onwards. And even now, the women education is going to become a very important parameter so that our population is properly managed. Okay? There are many good things are there. Some problem, who will not have a problem in a nation? My teacher used to say, if you don't do anything, no problem. Isn't it? But if you do a major mission, problem should be there. Problem should not become your captain. You should become the captain of the problem, defeat the problem and succeed. Okay? No, here. You can go. Yes.
Dr. Kalam, my name is Mohammed Ahmed. Regarding your talk on the vision heritage nation, you are more or less touching on India 2020. What, according to you, do you think India is really achieving that plan? Because it's only 11 years left and see current scenario everything and leakage. Whatever current political and economic goals.
I have given the solution. Solution is the exports reduced, okay, and the outsourcing reduced. It doesn't matter because you've got a 350 million people, middle class resources, and what we have to fund our rural areas, 600,000 villages where 700 people live, and rural prosperity we have to bring in by physical connectivity, electronic connectivity, knowledge connectivity, so that the economic connectivity will come. If we spend it, then GDP will grow. Okay, that's it. Next. What inspired me?
What inspired you to
Yeah, you are the same fellow. No, it is like this. Basically, I am a rocket technology. I built satellite launchers for space. The rocket is a common factor for missile or satellite launch vehicle. So I worked 20 years in ISRO. 20 years in defense, DRDO. And I found that when you have many of your neighbors armed with missiles and nuclear weapons, you cannot do others. Okay? So that's how I have made certain type, my team has made certain type of missile to strengthen the defense. It is not always a defense. That is, you don't deploy. That is the first use is not there for India. When somebody gives you trouble, then you yes.
Dr. Abdul Kalam, thank you very much for a very inspiring talk this afternoon. You mentioned at the beginning of the talk the Good Friday Agreement, and just now you spoke about nuclear missiles as well. What, in your opinion, is your vision for long-term peace and stability between India and Pakistan?
Well, as somebody last week asked me a question. I had 75,000 young folks below 17. And that crowd had Pakistan students also. So the Pakistan student asked me, Kalam, the same question you asked. Any time, is it possible India and Pakistan will work for development together, remove their common enemies, disease and poverty? How to answer that? Answer is the following. Answer is the following. Europe was fighting hundreds of years, you know good. Hundreds of years they had a war between country to country. And they had 2 world wars. World War I and II they generated. But by April 2007, I addressed European Parliament. Okay? When I addressed, I realized the people were war friends for 100 years. They can be the peace friend and prosperity friend also. Okay? So I am saying to you question, looking at the type of thing what happened in European Union coming together and the peace process what happened in Ireland on a Good Friday day, these 2 examples indicate we can work for together nation. Yes, sir. Shout. If Mike is not there, shout.
For the development of India, do you think the Indian youth who is currently in Ireland should go back to India after the education, or do you think is it okay to work from here?
See, all of you who guys come here for education, you will do 2 things, okay? One thing, you may get settled down here, okay? Another thing, you will come back. If you are settled down in the country where you are studying, you must contribute to the nation where you have settled. You are coming back to India. For all of you, it's not only this girl and who are studying here or working here. If you are coming back, come with armed with that instead of employment seeker as the employment generators. You can learn here how to generate employment. Bring the experience how to become the employment generators. Okay? Understand? Will you do it? Over? Yes. Yes. Only 2 more questions. Yes. 3 questions. How many are there for questions? 3. Keep up.
My name is Dinesh. My dream is to become a politician.
Very good.
In an environment of political dynasty in India, this is a situation which is encouraging for youth to get into politics and act where most of them come from political background and money background.
Very good question. It is like this. There is a politics, it can be defined. Politics equal to political politics plus developmental politics. That's the definition. Political politics, any country, they fight for becoming a parliament members. Okay? But that's a good fight. They have to fight with parties. Now, development politics, they will announce, my party will make the nation in 10 years economically developed. Another party will say, in 7 years I will do with good citizens also I will create. That is development politics. Now, India's general election which took place recently, where 700 million people went for voting, were eligible for voting, nearly 60% of the people went for voting. They proved one thing, that Indian citizens are for developmental politics, not the political politics. Political party you have to do 30% of the time. 70% of the time you have to do the development politics. The trend they are setting now, development politics people will be re-elected. Okay, if you do the development for the nation, re-elected. You are joining at the correct time, wish you all the best.